Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In today's video, I would like to talk about why Terraform-based Atlantis pipeline is not a good option to manage your pod lifecycle in Kubernetes. One of my subscribers reached out to me and he requested me that I make a video where I'm deploying the pods in Kubernetes cluster like EKS platform using Atlantis pipeline. We can actually do that. We have all the customizations available that we can make our pipelines deploy pods as well, but it's not a good practice. Why it's not a good practice? Because Atlantis, which is using either Terraform or Terragon or both behind the scenes, it is your infrastructure as code tool, which means you just want to manage your infrastructure, not your applications. Okay, so we don't run these pipelines very often. Okay, because we want to keep our infrastructure things separate from our application, because in Kubernetes you do a lot of deployments. Okay, so in general you do like 2-3 deployments every day, okay, as part of your uh, code changes. So these pods are ephemeral in nature. Okay, they are terminated and then they are recreated. So for that you need a separate pipeline which is not going to touch anything on the infrastructure side, because we know that when we use Atlantis with Terraform, it's going to generate a state file as well. Okay, so how that state file will be? That state file will be modified very often. Okay, and in terms of infrastructure, we don't want that. So we want a separate way by which we can manage our infrastructure and applications. So this is only for the infrastructure. So if you want to create your EKS clusters, your VPCs, your IAM roles, your application load balancers, auto scaling groups, S3 buckets, for that purpose you are going to use it. Okay, then once it is done, then you're going to use a separate pipeline to manage your Kubernetes pods. Okay, so if you see right now on the screen, this is a standard way of creating the Atlantis pipeline, which uses a Terraform to deploy the infrastructure. So and you have a plan and apply steps here. Okay, and once it is done, then you're going to use this type of pipeline. So this is like an example where I'm using if I just show you. So the name of the repo is CI/CD new, and here I have my deployment.yml file, service.yml file. I also have my main application source code. So when we are actually doing deployments on day-to-day basis, okay, I mean, it can be either from the developer if they are making any code changes, or if we are making any changes to the Kubernetes manifest file, then you're going to do deployments very often. Okay, so that means you need a way by which your pods can be updated automatically on day-to-day basis. So that's why we use the concept of GitOps. Okay, so in this example, I've already done one video of how to deploy a real-world CI/CD pipeline. Okay, I've shown you the example of deploying your applications as pods in EKS clusters and using Argo CD to pull the changes from the repo and deploy to your application. So here we are using the concept of GitOps. Okay, so the meaning of GitOps is whatever change you make here, if you have a GitOps tool like Argo CD, which has been integrated with this repo, which means that whatever changes are done here, those changes are going to be pulled by your Argo CD and it will be deployed in your application there, right? Because we need this, because the changes happen quite often in the world of Kubernetes applications. Okay, so we need a separate approach to do that. So in general, we would want to keep our infrastructure code and configuration separate from our application lifecycle management mechanism. Okay, so this is the main reason that we have two types of pipeline, one for infrastructure, one for application lifecycle in Kubernetes especially. So here we can use a tool like Argo CD, which is going to pull the changes from the repo which you configure in the tool to monitor all the changes for, and that's how the things work. Okay, so yeah, if you still have any doubts, please reach out to me in the comment section. Okay, yeah, so that's all I wanted to cover, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.